Actually, there it goes. Alright, I apologize. I've been having some I've been having some mic issues. But I just wanted to Hi Cardi, how are you doing today? I'm gonna change a couple of things on my screen here so that things look a little more let me think. Cardi, how are you doing today? I know. Sorry about my squeaky chair. Today's episode is all about catharsis. So, if anything's weighing anybody down in chat, and I'll bring this up a couple times, this is the place to share it anonymously, kind of commiserate, kind of, sympathize together. So I'm gonna try to make this kind of a regular thing. I'm gonna adjust some things on my screen though, because chat box is a little small for what we're wanting to do. So I'm just gonna yoink. There we go. There's that. Oh, that's wonderful, Cardi. Cardi, okay. It's not great that you're sick. Sorry, let me rephrase. I saw puppy and I got excited. So, that's okay. So a couple of things to kind of chew on there. Being sick is not fun. And I don't know what you're sick with, and of course you don't feel like you need to share or anything like that, but of course you have to share about the puppy rescues though. So please enlighten everyone about the puppies that you're looking for, or any that you found that caught your eye that you love and want to cherish. Just share. I'm sorry, I need to know the puppy stories. I'm here for puppies. But I love dogs. I have a few dogs. I have one dog and the other one's my mom's dog, but she's my dog, let's be real. I have Bella, who is my 11-year-old lab husky mix. She's a sweet baby. Love her. Absolute old lady of a dog though. She's gotten to a point where she doesn't really give a crap about anybody else. So she's very I will get love when I want pets every other time. She's gotten cat-like. She just doesn't really want a whole lot of attention, right? And then Daisy is a 5-year-old pit bull mix, and she's just she's a live wire. It's very hard to kind of do anything really. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your fever. No matter what the fever is in regards to infection, just the common cold, anything like that, which is still an infection, regardless of the source of the fever. The fevers are, they're awful, and I'm so sorry that you're going through that. But as far as the puppy getting planned to be a service dog that's huge. That's awesome. And that's definitely something that I'm debating on doing, but it's kind of hard, and I mean, my husky, she's an ESA, she's an emotional support animal, but that's nowhere close to the same thing. And that is so cool that you're looking into getting a service animal. It's huge. But it's been such an odd few weeks, you guys. It's been so weird. All in the matter of like 2 weeks, I found out that not only is my gallbladder, deciding to just crap out, which is not necessarily abnormal. It happens to a lot of people. Oh, okay. Cardi. It's really interesting because my lab husky mix, she is very vocal, but she's not loud. She just yells. It's very contained and she's very controlled. She doesn't scream like a lot of huskies do. I guess that's the Labrador in her, though, kind of mellowing her out a little bit. But yeah, she's she is a talker. She didn't used to be as loud as she is now. It's pretty relatively new, the whole like loud all the time thing. But they are loud, and you can't control that either. But she does know her limits, and she knows mine. I'm just kidding. No, she could scream at me all day, and I would love her. No less. She's been with me through everything. When that dog goes, I might go. She's literally been my only like constant in my life for upwards of 10 years now, and it is really hard to replace that feeling. And of course I could never replace her, but it's hard to find something like that in life, right? Something that sticks with you, something that is so non-judgmental and is able to stick with you for that length of time. It's very difficult. And I've been so lucky to have her. But no, I'm really worried about her age at this point. Because, I mean, she's still spry. But I feel like every time a dog gets old, it's like the one day they're fine and the next day they're not. So I'm just kind of trying to take that as it comes. But yeah, so yeah, and it's difficult, and it's in the last roughly 2 weeks, well, a month now. I discovered that my gallbladder. Actually, no, it's been 2 weeks, because I've discovered my gallbladder decided that it did not want to be a working part anymore, so it just decided to give out. And now I got my blood tests back, and my blood tests are showing that my liver is actually failing because of my gallbladder. It's actually causing a lot of damage to my liver. Even though I don't drink, I am relatively healthy. I'm not necessarily the healthiest person in the world. Nobody is, right? But I'm a streamer on the side. I'm not the healthiest person in the world. But it's been really rough, and it's all kind of come crashing down in about a month. And so it's been hard. It's been really hard. But no, I'm going to spoil this dog forever. The only reason she's not in here in the room with me like she normally is because it's an ASMR stream, so she's in the other room right now. But I wanted to keep it kind of down low. I wanted to keep it quiet. And she's one to very quickly get up, start spinning around, and start playing out of nowhere, so love her to pieces, but she is a very unpredictable pupper, so yeah, my gallbladder, I go see the doctor for a follow-up tomorrow morning, to kind of see where we're at. So my gallbladder, it's 99% chance that they're just gonna wind up scheduling to get it taken out regardless. It's kind of, and it can be fully removed. You don't need your gallbladder. I'll need to be on a pill for the rest of my life to produce what it does, but your gallbladder is expendable. It is something that can be taken out. The hope is that that's the only problem, and there's nothing outside of the gallbladder, and the gallbladder is the problem, not a symptom of the problem, if that makes sense. So, oh yeah, no, it is. It's probably one of the simplest things that could go wrong with your body as far as something being removed or needing surgery. It's relatively simple. I just hope that there's nothing else, causing issue. Oh, hey Ace, how are you? Yeah, and that's also kind of the problem that I'm worried about is like, now what foods will I not be able to have? Because some people have their gallbladder removed and they have no dietary restrictions. None. They can eat spicy food, they can eat literally whatever they want, and it's it's fine. But then, there are some people who can't have dairy. There are some people who can never have spicy food again. There are some people that can, perfectly recover, but everything fried destroys them. It's gonna be a change forever, but I just, not knowing what's going to be affected is the hard part, I think. Just mentally preparing for what might happen, you know? And of course it happens. I've been taking all of this time off of work to get transitional care done and to get my blood work and to do all these trans appointments. And now I have no PTO at my day job because I've expunged all of it with all of these. So it has been, so I'm gonna have to take whatever leave unpaid. And so, oh, thanks, Cardi. It's been kind of weird. YouTube, I feel like, it's not that I forget about YouTube. It's that I forget that I can stream to YouTube. Because a lot of my content anymore is streaming. But I do it on Twitch mostly. And I forget that I can stream here. So I plan on doing it a lot more here soon. But Cardi, if you don't follow me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitch. But, a little bit of news for anybody who's in the chat room. Beeple, I would love to do that. I would love to do that. But do you know how much I would have to make? I would have to make a lot to be able to be self-sufficient off of this. And I mean, I've only been doing it for a year, and it takes people 5-10 years to become that kind of successful. I mean, look at Cottontail, Cinder, Buff. Trying to think of any of the other VTubers that are big right now. Yarny, any of them, they've been doing it for years. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of either knowing somebody in the industry to get into it or just growing naturally. And that's the hard part, right? Is I'm in this weird middle ground right now where I am the second largest, as far as I am aware, I am one of the largest trans VTubers on YouTube, just based on subscriber count. I'm in the top 5. I don't know exactly where I sit, and of course I'm probably missing some people, but based on like the big ones, I'm up there. But then again, like I don't, that's just YouTube. YouTube definitely has maybe. Really? Oh my, Cardi. See, and Cardi, this is why I do this. Cardi, first of all, congratulations. I mean, being yourself in this climate is one of the hardest things to do. My state just completely banned changing your gender marker on your driver's license and made everybody who had done so already, they took away their driver's licenses. They made them null and void. So right now, it is a scary, terrible time for anybody who isn't the norm in America. And if you're American, if you're not American, I mean, it's a little different, but I just assume most of my following is American. But I'm actually wrong. I realize a lot of my following is from the UK, and then even more so, a lot of my following is from Canada. So maybe it's because they're trans. Okay, I need to stop talking about the government before I start getting upset. But no, it's very difficult right now. So I mean, kudos to you for being yourself, unashamed. It's hard. So I mean, that means a lot. That means a lot for you to come out and say that. So thank you. But wow, I'm sorry. I love hearing people's stories about, or at least learning things about my followers. I love that so much. Yeah. Cali's a little different. Cali's a little different than middle of the United States, where, oh wow, originally from Hawaii. How is that? Like, do you go back regularly? Do you still have family there? Do you still have family out there? Do you go vacation there? I feel like most people if I remember correctly, Hawaii's in a really rough spot right now because it's so overrun with tourism that so many people who are native are leaving in droves because they can't afford it anymore. That's just what I've heard. Of course, I don't know much, but that's just kind of what I understand of the situation out in Hawaii. But, but yeah, so, yeah, it's hard. That's good. That's good. It's good that you go often. But, when was the last time I went on vacation? Hold on. Not just like a staycation in town. I'm thinking like just not just taking time off work, but like genuinely vacationing. Oh God. It was probably okay. Do road trips count as vacations to people? Like they do to me. But do they? Is that like a common vacation thing? Because I used to go on road trips with my ex-husband all the time. All the time. That was like a monthly thing. But they were always short weekend trips to concerts. Because that's really my favorite kind of vacation, is a concert trip. Like knowing what I'm doing, the big main event, and it's a concert. I go, I throw my back out head banging, and that's it. Last time I went to, okay, because the last time, if that's the case, then that's allowed. Yep, exactly, Cardi. See, that's what makes it hard. That's what makes it difficult. That's what... Okay, I'm going to stand on my pedestal before I start talking about concerts again. So, what I don't understand about the whole ID thing is... So, imagine, you're on the run, right? You did a really bad crime. The cops are over here trying to find a... I'm just going to say something. A woman in her 20s, right? They're trying to find a middle... They're trying to find a woman in her middle 20s. We're looking... and they start saying, like, your description over, like, the intercoms and everything like that. And then they're not looking for... Obviously. You know how ridiculous that sounds? We're looking for a woman in her 20s with a full beard. Excuse me? What the fuck? It sounds ridiculous. And this whole bathroom thing that's going on is just also ridiculous, because if I have a full beard, I am not going to make women uncomfortable by going in their bathroom. I am not going to be part of the problem that women can't feel safe. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, oh no, the guys can have their fragile masculinity ruined. I don't care about that. I am not going to make a woman feel unsafe because I go with my full ass beard. No, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not. I'm not going to make women uncomfortable by going in their locker room. I'm not. I'm just not. And so, honestly, at this point, it's always like androgynous or family bathrooms, or I just don't. Like, I go to the Y to work out. I don't even... Luckily, I live close to a Y, so I don't really necessarily have to use the... I can just come home and shower, or I can just change here and then go and then come back and change again. So I don't need the locker rooms, but God, I can't imagine for people who like go work out before work or before school. Like, that's just insane. Asking people to make other people uncomfortable because their gender makes you uncomfortable is such a stupid cycle. Like, there's no rationality to it. There's none. They're just asking for trans people to piss other people off. Because, do you know what happens when a transgender person is outed to people that don't like trans people? They get hurt. And then it could have been avoided by them using the bathroom that they align with. But no, because they want us to get hurt. They want us to change. They want us to quit. That's what they want. They don't care about our comfort. They don't care about anybody else's comfort. If they do this and it causes a problem, Cardi! Oh my god, congrats, dude. That's huge. Cardi. Claps all around. Oh my god. That is amazing. Dude. Okay, I think if they're gonna make it a science thing, right? If they're gonna make it about what's in your pants, right? Do I have a period? No. I feel like that's like the number one thing. I mean, I do still, that's a whole thing with the testosterone, but I don't have a regular period. I do not have menses. I cannot get pregnant. I have more testosterone in my body than I do estrogen. If you want to look at it just like as far as science, like what makes me a woman? Nothing at this point except for the things on my chest that I'm getting removed in May. That doesn't Oh, I'm sure it's weird. I'm sure it's uncomfortable, but that is huge. I never want bottom surgery. I'm actually relatively happy with all of that. Just because it's, you know, I'm trans mask, not trans man, like not a trans man. People, yeah, I have it planned for May. It kind of depends on how this gallbladder surgery goes, because if there's any complications with that, having 2 major surgeries back to back is not really ideal. So I might have to push it back to fall. I'm not getting it done in the summer though, because that just sounds like an infection waiting to happen here in this humid ass state. But no, it's definitely gonna be this year. I have some things in place for funding the surgery. I just have to be able to get it all together by the time. It's all more or less just getting all of it planned at this point, because I have my doctor's appointment to probably schedule my gallbladder surgery tomorrow, and I have therapy on Wednesdays, so I'm gonna ask my trans male, excuse me, I can't talk, therapist. Didn't realize he was trans until we had our first session. That was huge. That was a big revelation. But anyway, that's not important. But he's gonna be writing me my letter for insurance, so tomorrow's a big day. And so tonight was just kind of hoping to connect with some of y'all and kind of vent with people and kind of just get it out, you know, get that pain out. Yeah. Oh, Cardi, you did bottom surgery before top surgery? That's usually, I'm not knocking it or anything, but that's usually backwards. It's just based on like what I know. People usually do the more like visible thing first. So most people start with the top and then move down. So that's actually really interesting. Do you have any, I know this is TMI and I'm sure it's probably digging. If you don't want to answer this, you don't have to. Why did you choose to do it in that order? For me, the reason I'm doing top surgery first is because I'm a double B. These things gotta go. They gotta go. Yeah, no, I'm very excited. But, and my, this felt like a really interesting, like, compliment. My surgeon told me that I had good anatomy. And I was like, thanks. And she goes, no, that means you can choose your scars. And I was like, I can customize my character? Is this what you're telling me right now? Are you telling me I'm in the Skyrim beginning screen where I can choose the scar? That's sick. But, I'm in this weird in between of being hot and cold, thanks to being sick. Like, I feel like I get hot really fast and then I get cold really fast again. I can't regulate my temperature to save my life. But that's why we have fans and space heaters. Also, order of business later this. Oh, trust me, I might own a good anatomy story. I'm not okay. Ace, that was hilarious. That was the perfect time for you to cut in. Oh, Cardi, trust me. I get that. I woke up this morning having a great morning so far. Actually, no, I was having a terrible morning. I woke up and I felt like shit, but having a relatively okay morning mentally, and just disaster struck overnight, and I was like, God, this hasn't happened in like, I literally have not had menses in probably 2 years because I have an IUD. Even before I transitioned, I wasn't really having a period, and so it was really weird. And I was like, oh, this is great. It is the most dysphoric thing. Like, it's weird because it's the most dysphoric, like, right off the bat. Like, when you're in... Ooh, that's not good. That's bad. I'm sorry. That sucks. But, yeah, it's really dysphoric. Just because... And I'm kind of in a weird spot right now with my gender, because when I first started transitioning, I was like, nah, I'm trans mask. I knew immediately that I was not wanting to have bottom surgery, but I wanted to be more masculine. I just knew that I want to be more masculine and feminine, because my idea of myself in my real life is that I would like to be this is going to sound weird, a more feminine man. I don't want to be female, but I do like the concept of femininity. So it's not necessarily like I like my idea of myself is like how my idea of myself to a man is like how K-pop is to a man, right? Like they're feminine men, if that makes sense. They have their feminine qualities, and that's kind of what I look for in myself, is to have that level of style, but also I wouldn't say I would be a femboy. There's a line, right? I don't think femboy is what I would beep. What? Cardi. Is that supposed to happen? Is that normal? Because, I mean, I get them randomly, but that seems painful. That seems downright painful. Ay. Ugh. I can't imagine. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh, what I was saying earlier. I have a very big little bit of news. Big little bit of news. For anybody who's here every so often. Huh. Interesting. I'm stuck on that now. I'm thinking about that a little too much. But so I am working with the same artist that did this PNG tuber I'm using right now. And they are, drumroll please, working on getting me pricing for a fully rigged VTuber model. I really like my PNG tuber, but I feel like I'd be more expressive. I feel like I could be more engaged. I feel like the PNG tuber just doesn't quite get the emotion that I would like to get out of... Like, I love this PNG tuber. I really do. But there's going to be some changes to the design. Roughly the same. Same clothing, same face, same hair, all of that. But there's going to be some additions, and I hope everybody's excited for that, because I am very excited. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cardi. Let me go ahead and... I can link my Twitch for you. That might be easier than you trying to find it. It's the same handle, but I can never remember which ones have dots, which ones have underscores, and which ones have neither. So I'll just find it and I'll link it for you. It's easier. Oh my God, did my internet just die? What the hell? Hello, Twitch. What the hell? Twitch. Oh my God, is Twitch down? Anywho, I'll do it this way. I'll go through my Discord. Oh my God. Also, if you want to join the Discord, let me know and I can link that as well. The hell? Hello? Channel. Okay, yeah, so that has the underscore. Oh, such a mess. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I can just link the Discord then. I'll send the Discord. There's the Twitch. Then let me invite to server. Edit invite link. Never expire. Right. And there's the Discord. Bam. There you go. You now have everything you need to be a menace. You're welcome. But our Discord's fun. We have a lot of crazy folks over there. It's relatively quiet right now until it was quiet for a while. Then we got our first and only so far lewd artist, and then things fell apart. But we have a lot of fun over there. Yeah. And so you can keep up with all of my uploads, safe for work and not safe for work if you'd like. And yeah, just kind of keep up with everything going on out there. I'm going to try to be more active on YouTube since it is my biggest follower base, but it was really hard to decide, you know, did I want to be safe for work focused or did I not want to be safe for work focused? Did I want to do lewd stuff or mostly, or did I want to just kind of keep it spicy? People, I'm talking about Mizzix. I'm talking about what happened to the server when we got Mizzix. How we went from being a quiet, quaint little server to now everybody's chatting all the time. We have a Wordle we have a Wordle channel too. Yeah. We have a Wordle channel and we recently started that streak. We have a lot of fun. It's a great time. And I'm going to be trying to host more giveaways over there soon too. So, bye Ace. Thank you so much for tuning in. But I did kind of want to circle back for a second and, Cardi, that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. Going through something like bottom surgery is not easy. And then having the guts to come out on stream, say it. Pfft. Hell yeah, man. Living your life out here. Nobody else's. That's all that matters. They can't, in the words of the Area 51 folks, they can't catch us all. They can't stop us all. So they can kill our spirit, but they can't crush our pride, right? I'm just kidding. They'll never kill our spirit. They can't. But it's been so interesting to... I'm just so happy to have a community, you guys. I'm so happy to have a community that's mine. We're small, we're mighty, but we're getting there. We are so getting there. And every little sub, every little follow, every little... Hey, even every little ad you watch means the world to me, because it's huge. People, what is that? Oh, that's been quoted so many times, but I can never remember the original quote. Ah, it's from Braveheart. Makes sense. I do love that movie, though. Mel Gibson became a crazy psychopath, but very, very, very good movie. Yeah, so, but sorry, I have this hanging on my microphone stand here and my boom arm, And so my friend at work has unironically adopted me. Not okay, ironically adopted me. And she she got me this necklace. She goes, "I know it's feminine, but it has your initials on it and I wanted to get it for you." I remember the quote. I just didn't remember if that was originally from Braveheart or if that was something that, because it's been quoted a million times since then. Like, that quote has been re-quoted a lot. But she got me this necklace, and it is very feminine. It's a heart with like diamond rhinestones on the pendant, and like hanging in the middle of the heart is a little S. But it was so sweet because she went out of her way. She saw it and she was like, "I gotta get that for him." Just because, and the fact that she thought about me and was just like, so she's my work mom, and I love her. And she knows, she's like, I know you won't wear it. I'm like, no, I might not wear it, but it's always going to be somewhere where I can see it. And so it hangs here until I record an NSFW audio, and then I take it off because I feel like that's weird. But, ugh, my back. I feel like my back always hurts anymore. Always. But is there anybody in chat that wants to talk about what they're going through right now? This is Catharsis Corner. Again, I do kind of want to make this a regular thing. I want to make it a regular thing where we're kind of we kind of chat about, you know, what's going on in our lives, or even if it's more in something to gripe about, something silly, something that pisses you off, something that makes you happy. College is a B word. I remember that from when I was in college. I'm like 2 classes away from my associate's degree, but I just refuse to go take them. Ugh, because it's expensive. Those 2 classes to get my associate's degree would probably run me like $6,000. So, but I'll get it eventually, just not right now. My work will compensate me if I'm there for long enough. They'll pay for my school, but it's just a mess. No, college is a B word. Remind me what kind of an engineer you are again, Beep. Because I never remember. Are you mechanical? Or are you chemical? I never remember. Civil. That's right. That's why I can't remember, because it's not real. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I can never remember. There are too many types of engineers. Why can't we just have engineers? Why are there all these breeds of engineer? Like, bye, Beep. But no, I do appreciate that. Civil engineers are very important. Just in case anybody didn't know, civil engineers are why the roads work, if I remember correctly. But also, civil engineers are also the reason that pothole in your hometown isn't getting fixed. Just saying. Ugh. Gosh, I'm so tired. Always. Anymore. Yeah, it does get fixed, but how long does it take for the pothole to get fixed? Just saying. The pothole does get fixed, but how long has it taken for that pothole to get fixed? That's true. Yep. That's very fair. Oof. You will take your bridges and like it. I just saw that one. Gary. You are gonna finish your dessert and you are gonna like it. Hmm. I don't know. The world just isn't very kind to us some days. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be kind to us. We didn't ask for it to be kind. Every once in a while it'd be nice though, right? Just every once in a while. Sorry, I'm trying to... Hello? What was my brain trying to do? What? Oh, why is my brain doing the thing? Biscuits. Oh, that's right. I'ma erase it, I'ma say I never ever lost, never ever lost, now you know I'm taking off. I'm sorry guys, I have been so confused. I went to Smoothie King this morning to get my breakfast because I can't eat a whole lot. So I have to be very careful about what I ingest. So I went to Smoothie King to get my protein breakfast this morning and straight up just passed the damn thing in the parking lot. I turned in at the right spot, but I just drove past it. And I pulled up to the window and I almost drove past the ordering place. I almost went straight to the window. I was like, am I even here? Am I even alive, or am I just dead man walking at this point? I honestly couldn't tell you. But I'm trying to do a couple of things and I'm bad at all of them, so please bear with me. I'ma erase it, I'ma say I never ever lost. I am so confused. Okay. I can't wait for my VTuber model. I feel like VTubers just... And I'm gonna say this in a way that sounds kind of weird, but they just do better. I think just kind of giving that movement, the flashiness, the animation, the moving, it's just so much more, right? It gives an extra dimension and gives some people something to look at. Because, I mean, this is just pictures. What I'm doing right now, even though it's my mouse moving around the screen and making my PNG tuber move, it's all just pictures. It's all just slightly bent pictures. And that's okay. I'm okay with it for gaming streams, but with more intense streams like this, I would like something a little more animated. So I'm working with Ame to get a new tuber made. And I'm so excited for that. Okay. There's that. Okay, not that. Where? Where do the thing be? There it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'ma erase it, I'ma say I never ever lost. Now I know I'm taking off. Oh god. Oh god, my brain decided that it just was no time. Okay, so what was I doing? I was posting that there. Posting. Oh god. Sorry guys. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Always have been, always will be, just in a different body. So. When things like this kind of happen, and we kind of take a little bit more time to assess the things around us and kind of give us a little bit more insight on these things, I need to push. I need to push hard, and I need to put my all into this. And I feel like I took too long to get to that recognition. I took too long to get to that point. But it's not too late, you know, like it's never too late. Start cueing the music, but it's not too late to just be who I want to be. It's never too late to be who you want to be. And I'm gonna have to push like hell. And that's okay. Because we're gonna get there. We're all gonna get there, you know? I've been listening to Afraid of the Dark, Motionless in White's new song, and one of the last lines in it is you can't see the end from the start. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. You can't see the end from the start. Because it's true, you can't. I don't know what tomorrow looks like. None of us do. I don't even know what the rest of the night looks like, because it's still the beginning of the night. You can't predict it. And we're only beginning. And so there's only one way to go, and that's forward. Oh god. What song do you associate, people? I'm worried about this. Or should I be worried about this? I feel like I should be worried about this. Oh my god. Is that an older one or is that newer? Oh, it's so dang dark. Is that what it is? Hold on. Yeah, it's from Buddy System. I do remember that. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at it when I came back and I was like, oh, I was right. But yeah, I do remember that song. I kind of miss the glory days of Good Mythical Morning. I mean, it's still good, but it's not the same. It's kind of similar to Santagato Studios with Joe and Frank Santagato, The Basement Yard, if you know them by their podcast name. Like, when they first started, it was awesome. It was amazing. I still really like Joe Santagato a lot in his like side projects, but I don't know. Like, the vibe is different. You know, they found out how the algorithm treats them and what the algorithm does, like what they do and what the algorithm does for them and what the algorithm likes, and they just cater to that, and that's fine. I mean, whatever it takes for them to succeed, right? But at the same time, I feel like they lost a little bit of their soul along the way. And that's kind of what I'm afraid of too. I don't ever want to lose that. If I ever become a content creator that people know just by, you know, my name, like Cinder or Cottontail or anybody like that, I don't want to lose that spark. I don't want to lose what makes me unique or special or anything like that. I don't think anything makes me special, if I'm being honest. I don't feel special at all. But I don't want to lose, like, the heart. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose the passion. Because at some point it does become a job, and I don't ever want it to be a job I don't enjoy. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sentimental over nothing, as usual. But I'm just trying to think. And I'm not doing a very good job. Whoa, where did my chat go? Hello? Well, chat just decided to leave. I mean, it's still on stream, so that's fine, but chat just decided to, my actual chat box in OBS, decided it didn't need me anymore, and decided to float away into the nether realm. I'm probably not going to stream for much longer. Probably going to pack it up soon. Oh, hey, I guess I could probably call you Metal. Or how do you... what do you usually go by? How are you doing? I hope you're having a good evening. We're just out here venting. Talking about things that bother us. Talking about things that make us happy. Just kind of talking in general. Oh, no, like my actual chat box itself in OBS is completely blank. It's just a white screen. That's what I meant. But hi. Hi, Metal Chip. Thank you for introducing yourself. I appreciate it. I see your comments all the time, and I'm like, I see your full name, but I don't directly speak to you, I guess, if that makes sense. I respond, but I don't speak to you, so I didn't know how to refer to you, so thank you. But by the way, thank you for all of your support. You've been here for a lot longer than a lot of my followers, and you have been one of the most active of my followers, so I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, actually. So, yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, and that's fine. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. I'm probably not going to stream for too much longer, though. It's getting a little bit later, and I would like to... I'm so sorry. I would really like to... play some Avowed tonight. You guys want me to stream Avowed, I'm more than happy to do that, but I do get kind of quiet because I get immersed in the story. So there's not really much. It's more or less a playthrough with some commentary. It's not a whole lot of streaming going on, so I get very immersed in the story, so... And I'm more than happy to stream that, but it's just not much to watch. No, I'm very happy with that game, though. Really wish I would stop yawning. Good God. I don't know what that's all about. Probably my body's tired. Also found out my blood is going into acidosis, which means that my blood has too much acid in it. It has too high of a pH. So, so that's not good. I have a very low amount of carbon dioxide in my blood, which is not good at all. So, I'm probably just kind of having a lot of issues with blood flow and circulation right now as well. Just a whole bunch of issues. But it'll be okay. I'll get all my answers tomorrow and how to fix it. So that's all that really matters. That's all I really want is answers, right? That's all we all want is answers. But I do have a plan to raise some money for when I am going to be out of work. Oh, yeah, metal chip. It's my gallbladder. I spoke about it a little bit earlier. My gallbladder is killing my liver. So whatever it's doing is it's causing a whole bunch of problems, and that's just one of them. But yeah. But yeah, metal chip, that could be a sign of a lot of different things. And not even medical. It could literally just be that you don't have enough oxygen, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. If it happens too often, be worried, but sometimes your brain just needs more oxygen throughout the day. Thinking is hard, and it needs air to do that. So, but tomorrow I'll get all my answers and we'll get going, but I am going to need to take unpaid leave after my surgery, so I have a little bit of a fundraiser kind of set up with some goodies and goals and stuff along the way, some incentives and milestones. But it's going to be, I'll have to wait and see what my surgery timeline looks like, because if they want to get me in soon, I won't be able to do it. But if you want to help my Ko-fi or coffee or whatever you want to call it, I've heard it 8 million ways, has the bar up to donate to. So, obviously you don't have to. No one is obligated to. I'm not asking you to. But I'm just saying, if you want to support the channel while I'm on unpaid leave from my job, you can do that there. And I will have... So the top goal for that is actually a vocal cover, like a song cover. So if we make the goal, I will cover a song fully. So that is big. I'm a little nervous to do that, so that's why it's the top. But it'll be okay. Everything will be okay. Everything has to be okay, right? Even if it's not okay now, it will be someday. It will be sometime, and that's all that matters. So just gotta keep aiming for the okay, But yeah, no, everything will wind up being fine. So don't worry about me, metal chip. I'll be okay. Alrighty. Wait. Gosh. Now I'm thinking about Avowed, and now I'm excited to play it. So, damn. This was a very successful YouTube stream, though. I will say. I'm always worried about streaming on YouTube because not as many people watch YouTube live streams. That's usually like a Twitch thing on purpose. But I'm very excited that this did well. I said I would be doing them more often, so I'm more than happy to do them more often. So I'm pretty stoked for that, honestly. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Why is my brain so silly? There we go. Okay. It's definitely going to be something that's going to be an adjustment, right? But it'll be fine. But I'm really excited to start this goal, this little fundraiser. I have it all written out right here on this little sheet of paper. But like there's a Q&A stream on here, there's gifted memberships on here. There's like a create your own audio adventure on here too, so the community will vote for each episode what happens next. Very excited for that. There's commission giveaways on here for personal audios. There's a whole bunch of stuff on this just to kind of get me through, because I'm going to be taking a lot of unpaid leave. I've got bills to pay, so we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, so if you want to support my coffee is in my links on my page. But I mean, we'll be getting there. That's not something yet, like, that's going to be worried about soon. But I am very excited to get started with that. But for tonight, I do think I'm going to call it here. I know it was only an hour and a half, but I am very exhausted from being sick, and I am not able to, I'm not able to give my all for as long, for right now. So I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it a night before I get too tired. And I will have my results tomorrow. And if you're interested in knowing anything about that, join my Discord. I can't see chat right now, but the Discord is linked up higher. I can go ahead and pin it real quick. There, I pinned it. I pinned the Discord. So if you're wanting to join the server, go ahead and you can join that if you'd like. But yeah, absolutely. I definitely am going to enjoy Avowed. It's been my comfort game through all this. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Good night, guys.